The Cope militias of al-Houthi and Al-Said Saleh have pursued a way of planting minefields in cities and governments from which they withdraw due to the strikes of the government forces and the Arab coalition to support the legitimacy in Yemen to harm the largest number of unarmed Yemeni citizens. The Arab Federation for Human Rights has revealed in a recent report that Cope militias have planted more than 500,000 anti-personnel mines in different parts of Yemen, killing more than 700 people, while enduring training by the Arab coalition have succeeded in dismantling 40,000 mines. For its part, the Yemeni Coalition for Monitoring Human Rights Violations has revealed that women and children are the most victims of mines, pointing out that 924 people were wounded and 572 others were permanently displaced by the explosions of mines planted by the militias. Meanwhile, King Salman Center for Relief and Humanitarian Aid continues implementation of its project to assist the Yemeni people to get out of this crisis, including its project to support rehabilitation centers for the injured and artificial limbs carried out by the International Committee of the Red Cross with an amount of more than $10 million. In Yemen, the National Army and Popular Resistance reached the western gate of the presidential palace in Taiz after heavy fighting with the Cope militias. Official sources said that Cope militias engaged in heavy fighting with the legitimate forces, hitting the sites and buildings that national forces had earlier managed to control and liberate during their advance. 18 Cope militias fighters were killed and dozens more were left wounded during the fight. It was reported that 23 civilians were also injured by artillery shelling and Katyusha rockets by the Cope militias. In a related context, on the Kadanak front, which is the western side of Taiz, the legitimate forces regained the Korean mountain while fierce battles continued in the areas of Darb, Mihal, and Al-Kam Mount. Still in Yemen, where cholera outbreak has renewed focus on the country's under-resourced and damaged water treatment facilities. A team from the UNICEF examined a water treatment facility in Sana'a where they were helping to provide services and resources that have been lacking during the past 2 years of war. Cholera is spread through a bacteria found in contaminated water. Earlier this month, the UN reported that a cholera outbreak had killed 124 people in the first 2 weeks of the month. The UN said that another 11,100 people were believed to have been infected and that medicine was arriving. The World Health Organization said last month that fewer than 45% of health facilities in Yemen are now fully functioning, and that the flow of essential medicine has fallen by nearly 70%. The Saudi National Campaign for Supporting the Brothers in Syria has distributed through its office in Turkey breaking fast meals for Syria